I'm out here at Fat Beet Farm today. Finally got a little window where there's a little bit of blue sky. The weather is up in the 60s. I'm gonna be inspecting some colonies today. I just put feed buckets on these colonies yesterday, but didn't go in them. The bees are really excited about some food, and I spilled some syrup in my truck yesterday, and these bees are all over it. Mayhem. But hopefully we'll see some good things in these colonies today. It's been raining all week. Usually I use pine needles for my smoker, but everything's wet. So I went to the pet store and got some natural pine bedding. That's what I do when it's been raining. I'm just going to go down the line here, not take too much time in these colonies, but just want to make sure I got queens and see how they're laying. I just realized there's a queen excluder underneath this top box. Don't want that. I want to give the queen more room to lay. Bees are a little feisty this morning. See pollen on their legs, that's good. See what's going on down here in the brood nest. Drone comb. Not seeing any eggs. They're not wanting to make drones yet. See plenty of brood on this next frame. Yeah, this one is foundationless. Looking good. Here's a nice frame. A lot of feed, some pollen. It's looking good. Some brood right here. A lot of bees with pollen on their legs. That's what I want to see. That's a nice looking box of bees. I just added a third box on this colony, so they're looking pretty strong for this time of year. Just found my queen. This one's 2 years old. Still has a little blue. I'm seeing lots of fresh eggs and larvae. I'll let her keep going as long as she's productive. Seeing lots of fresh larvae in here. Spring buildup is just beginning. I just got through these first 7 colonies, and all is well. Everyone had a queen laying. Now I got, what, 9 more to go over here. So one of the main things I'm looking for as far as problems go is having either a dud queen, which is a queen that ran out of sperm, or laying workers. And how I can tell is if there's only drone brood, that's a good indicator. This colony has an issue. I'm guessing by the look of it, it's a dud queen. They're trying to make a queen cell, but that's with an unfertilized egg, so it's not going to work. So I'm going to have to figure out what's going on here and then requeen. So first thing I'm going to do is look through this colony to see if I can find a queen and see if that's the problem, a dud queen versus a laying worker. So I've taken all of the frames out of these boxes. I'm suspecting a dud queen because I'm not seeing multiple eggs on the side of the cells, which is what laying workers usually do. I'm just seeing single eggs. So I'm going to start looking carefully through all these frames and trying to find the queen. And if I find her, I'm going to pinch her and then give this colony a frame of fertilized eggs from another colony so they have a chance of raising a productive queen. Well, I was not able to find a queen in this colony, so what I'm doing is I'm taking a frame. This has eggs in it from this colony over here, which is queen right. And I'm going to give this frame to this colony. And they should know that they need a new queen, and hopefully they'll raise some queen cells off of this fertilized frame of eggs, and we'll check back later to see if we have a new queen mated. This colony here is out of room. This top is all packed out with honey and feed. So I'm going to give them another box so that queen has more room to lay in. When I'm doing these type of inspections, I'm not going through the whole box. I'm really just looking for one frame with brood. So I know that the queen is in there and that she's laying, and then putting it back together and moving on to the next one. A little later in the season, when they start getting into the swarm mode, I do more thorough inspections, but for now I just want to make sure everything's queen right and that there's no obvious issues with pests or diseases. And these bees are looking good. I just have 3 more to go, and so far I've only come across 1 colony with issues that need to be remedied. Should knock on wood. This one's looking a little weak. Not too many bees in there, so there may be something going on with this one as well. Let's check it out. No brood up in the top box. I'm going to get down to the bottom box. There's only about 2.5 frames of bees down here as well. I'll take a look, see if they have a queen. So here's what's going on here. These are carniolan bees. There's my queen, that dark carniolan. And these bees tend to get in a smaller cluster over the winter and then build up quickly in the spring than the Italian bees that I primarily raise. And so I think these bees are fine. They're just in a smaller cluster. Hopefully they'll pick up now that I have some feed on them. This colony here is hungry. They've almost eaten a whole gallon of sugar feed overnight. Just put those buckets on yesterday afternoon. Here's why. It's a strong colony. Packed full of bees. Let's see what we got going on in this one. yeah. And these are Italian bees, which tend to lay more eggs all year long. And this colony is really doing well. Lots of capped brood. And that is pretty. I want to look at one more frame in this colony. I'm seeing lots of pollen on the legs of these bees. Here's another frame packed out with brood. Those sides. That's all I need to see. These girls are doing really well. Let's see what's going on. I can see brood from here. So that's a good sign. There it is. Everything looks good. I'm going to put it back together. Get moving on to another bee yard. So with this yard, I started the winter with 20 colonies, lost 4, and out of the 16 left, just one had that queen issue, but everything else was looking good.